Welcome to our animation entertainment channel.
Zoom to the future. Max's Amazing Time Adventure. Once upon a time back in 1985, in the bustling town of Riverville, a 17-year-old boy named Max Carter loved skateboarding, playing his guitar, and spending time with his eccentric inventor friend, Professor Felix Sparks. Everyone just called him Professor Sparks. The professor was a genius with wild ideas, but his latest invention was the most incredible of all, a time-traveling car called the Thunderflash. The Thunderflash wasn't just any car. It was a stylish, futuristic sports car that could leap through time. It worked by reaching 88 miles per hour, but it needed a rare crystal called cerium to power its time-traveling engine. One night, Professor Sparks invited Max to a big empty field to test out the Thunderflash. Max couldn't believe his eyes when the professor's robot assistant, Bolt, became the world's first time traveler. But just as they celebrated, a group of angry spies arrived. In the chaos, Max jumped into the Thunderflash to escape. As he sped away, he accidentally activated the time travel controls. In a dazzling flash of light, Max found himself in the year 1955, 30 years in the past. Max was completely confused. Riverville looked so different. There were no smartphones, no skateboards, and everything looked like an old movie. Max knew he needed the help of Professor Sparks, but the version of him from 1955. When Max finally found the younger Professor Sparks, he was working in a tiny lab and had no idea who Max was. After some convincing and showing him the Thunderflash, the professor finally believed Max and agreed to help. But there was a big problem. They didn't have another cerium crystal. Without it, there was no way to power the Thunderflash. Then the professor came up with an idea. The professor said,
"We can use the energy from a lightning bolt. There's a storm coming in a week, and we'll channel the lightning right into the car."
While waiting for the storm, Max made a huge mistake. He accidentally met his teenage parents, his dad, Greg, and his mom, Leela. This caused a problem. Instead of falling for Greg, Leela started liking Max. Max panicked. If his parents didn't fall in love, Max might never be born. He had to fix things quickly. Max started helping Greg build confidence to impress Leela. The problem was, Greg was shy and kept getting picked on by a bully named Bruno. Max didn't give up. He taught Greg how to stand up for himself and encouraged him to be brave. On the night of the school dance, Bruno tried to ruin everything, but Greg finally stood up to him and won. Greg and Leela shared their first dance, fell in love, and everything in Max's future was saved. With his parents' love story fixed, Max and Professor Sparks got ready for the big storm. They set up a plan to catch the lightning bolt with the town's old clock tower and use the energy to power the Thunderflash. When the storm hit, Max got in the car and sped toward the clock tower. Right on time, lightning struck, and a massive jolt of energy shot through the car. With a bright flash, the Thunderflash zoomed forward in time, and Max returned to the year 1985. When Max got back to Riverville, everything was better than before. His dad, Greg, was now confident and successful, and his family was happier and closer than ever. Professor Sparks was safe too, and had more big ideas for the future. Before Max could ask what he meant, the professor jumped into the Thunderflash and said, "Where we're going, we don't need roads." The car lifted into the sky, leaving Max grinning with excitement, ready for the adventures ahead. See what happens next in the exciting second part. The story continues.